What's up, people? It's your man, Urban Lover, coming from the Mobile. Well, not the Mobile. Where I'm at? Oh, not bad. I'm coming from your mama's kitchen. Yeah, I came upstairs because the basement was moist, and I had to come up here because all that wetness, that came in from the Lakers beating the Celtics. So I said, you know what? Let me come upstairs and really hype you guys up. Not going to be too much hyped up. I'm going to just basically break it down real quick. And remember, when I talk, this is only my opinion. This is just me from my observation. We could be wrong. Like I said, we human beings, we make mistakes. Now, the Lakers came out, man, they came out strictly defensively. They had THT, Bradley, Westbrook, and then they had Davidson and Lebron. Now, the Celtics, keep this in mind. The Celtics, they didn't win the last 3 out of 4 games. Brown was actually hurt, so they didn't have the 1-2 combo. They just basically had Jason Tatum. And, Tatum, he loves Kobe. So, coming to play at LA, he going to do his highlight. He going to get his. That's the whole thing at the end of the day. No matter what he does, you got to let Tatum get his, So you let him get his out of respect to Kobe. But the rest of the players, you don't let them get nothing, especially Strader, Strocker, whatever his name is. You don't let him get anything, you know what I'm saying? Because he talked mad trash, so you let him know, like, look, you pay this guy for that amount of money because you talked about Westbrook, about what he's getting paid. But what do you do? 10 points, 11 points, whatever car, don't matter. Get on the sideline. You back as a 6 man. You ain't starting. You only got to start with LeBron. You should respect that, but you ain't want to respect it because you wanted to get more. But anyway, Lakers came out. They beat the daggone Celtics. Now listen, I'm not one of those individuals, that really have hatred towards the Celtics. I know a lot of Laker fans do. Me personally, I love the sport of NBA. I love individual players. I know the team rivalries and all that. I'm not really gun-ho. I used to be back in the days, but I stopped. Basketball now, most of all sports to me right now is just basically entertainment. That's all it is to me. It's like WWE. It's kind of semi-script. I know a lot of people don't want to believe that, but let's be real. It's based on revenues. And at the end of the day, the refs are in the backpacks or back bags or back hands or back pockets of the owners. And I'm talking about the owners who own these teams, who sit around like a staff and they decide the outcome of a lot of things, also with the stars. But that's a different story. I don't want to get into all that. But anyway, we beat the Boston Celtics, and we just didn't beat them. We blew them out. But like I told people like this, keep in mind they only had Jason Tatum. And if you actually watch the Celtics, you see that they were struggling, beforehand, before they went on their lower 3 out of 4 game win streak, whatever. But they showed spurts of doing pretty good, and then they showed games where they were just getting pushed out the way. You know what I'm saying? So in retrospect, like I said, a win is a win. We take it how it is. Ain't no point in crying about it. Me personally, I did not. Once again, I do not. Once again, I do not. Once again, I do not like the lineup that Vogel put in there. Now, that's my opinion. Only reason why I say that, and I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm starting to understand why Vogel is doing what he's doing, and I'm going to have to back off Vogel a little bit. Remember, this is only my opinion, but here's the thing. I looked at the lineup that Vogel put in there, and I said, man, they don't have no shooters out there, no pure shooters. It's all basically guys who can, create on the dribble. Bradley, at the end of the day, he's not really somebody who can create on the dribble, but they got him out there for defensive purposes because y'all got to remember, Bradley is the best perimeter defender we got out there. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Y'all can say what you want to say, but he's the best defender we got on that team when it comes to perimeter. He's really physical. He's up on you. So that's why they got him up there. And remember, Vogel is the defensive coach, so that makes reason and understanding why he's starting and not Monk. Now, here's the thing. You look at the lineup, you say, man, they ain't got no shooters out there, man. And how are they going to really run the ball? What are they going to really do? Where's the offense really is going to be there. And I understand now why Vogel has this lineup, and I'm going to have to back off Vogel. And y'all got to hear me on this. So you look at the lineup, you say, man, they should have Monk up there because it spreads the flow out. It makes the defense honest. You give opportunity where, when they double up, they kick it out to Monk for the open 3. But let's be honest, most teams are going to acknowledge that Monk is their best shooter. Let's be real. You know it, and I know it. He's their best shooter when it comes to that perimeter. So most teams are going to be basically, they're going to be up on him physically to prevent him from getting them shots off. And that's what they usually do. That's why I think that this is the main reason why I think Vogel got him coming in with the second unit, didn't start with the first unit. I believe he would love to start with the first unit, but because the defense is suspect, they say, okay, we got to get some guys on the perimeter that's going to play pretty good defense. Now, THT, he's not a bad defender, even though he does make a lot of bonehead mistakes, when it comes to fouling. And also on the offense, we'll talk about that later. But it makes sense for him to be on defense based on the fact that he got the long width, arm-wise, to actually reach and play defenders. And for him to be, I think, like 6'4", 6'5". He's not that tall, but he got a real long, he got long arms. So it makes sense. And then you got Westbrook, who's, won't be back there regardless. So you got them, and then you look at the Celtics, and Oh, man, we're going to talk about Davis, man. Davis, I don't know what's going on with Davis, man. But at the end of the day, Davis is going to be Davis. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all over and over again, if it was me as a coach, my lineup would be Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Monk, Westbrook. That's how we're running. And you got perimeter defense with Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard. So, not perimeter, I mean, interior defense, should I say. So as long as you got those two and the defensive guys on the perimeter, be honest, and play man to man, you wouldn't have too much pressure, too many problems on that. At the end of the day, the guys got to dig within themselves and breathe that defensive roar out of them. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to tell a guy what to do. They know that in order to win in defense, impact all games. And if you want to go further in the playoffs or get your record up there and a chance to get to the playoff, you got to play defense. You can't just think you're going to win with offense. A lot of teams did it, but at the end of the day, defense always prevailed. So let's be honest. You know what I mean? So I looked at Vogel's squad. I said, kind of like, damn. I'm sitting here watching when, where they say, we're going to back off Westbrook. Westbrook wide open on 3 attempts for 3-pointers. And, LeBron kicked it out. Davis kicked out to him, man. You see him shoot the 3. When it went up, you're like, oh, man, you're going to miss. And he missed. You know what I mean? You expect that. But once they acknowledge what they got, that's when they started going off. And what I mean by this is this, and now I understand why Vogel starts that lineup, well, start this lineup, and also a reason why you'd be like, damn, like I told you, my biggest problem with Vogel is this, putting Anthony Davis at center. Because you can see clearly through the body language, it happens, but through the body language, you can see clearly that he does not want to play center. You can see the guy Williams was just dominating him, man. I mean, the guy was dunking all on, catching lobs on him, putting putbacks on him, just basically knocking him out the box, doing whatever he wants to him, got a block on him, straight up blocked him. So Davis was like, that's not his game. I mean, we tried to get him to play center, but that's not his game. He's a finesse player. He might get physical once in a while, but his game is basically roaming around, man, because when he roams around, he's more free to do what he wants. He just don't want to be stagnant and stuck in the paint. You can see that. When Dwight Howard came in there, he felt comfortable. Dwight came in there. Dwight is the gritty guy that's in the middle. Davis can run around all he want now, and he can basically do whatever he want to do. Shoot threes, shoot jumpers, go inside, go for layups, lobs, whatever. He's free to roam. But when he play at the center spot, he's stagnant. He can't really move around. And you see that when they throw him a couple lobs, the lobs he was like it was misplaced, or he didn't get up enough, and the guy was right there in his presence to prevent him from getting the dunk on. So when he's roaming around, he's much more better as a player. I'm just going to keep it real with you. He's a better player when he's roaming around. When he's in the paint, depending on who he's playing, let's be honest. If it's a physical type of center, he's not going to really have that much presence. You know what I'm saying? But when it's somebody that he can, manhandle, then you'll start to see the difference in him. But now I understand, like I said, now this is the main reason why I understand why Vogel went with this lineup. If you think about it, you got Westbrook. He averaged like 20-something points throughout his career, right? You got Davis. He averaged like 20-something points throughout his career. And you got LeBron. He averaged like 20-something points throughout his career. So you got 3 guys giving you 60 points, and then you have Bradley as the defensive, the perimeter defensive, but also can knock down shots. He probably the best shooter out of them 5. You know what I mean? I'll say LeBron to a degree when he's not hacking up 8 shots per game behind the perimeter. Other than that, Bradley's probably the best shooter, not consistent, but best 3-point shooter that they can count on. And Westbrook, he's not nowhere near consistent shooting perimeter, but if you give him a chance, he will knock down 1 out of 40, but he will knock them down. You know what I mean? You can't get mad at him. He'll take 40 of them, but he'll knock down that 1 that really counts. But anyway, if you look at the lineup, you say, okay, these 3 guys can give me 60 points. And then you got 2, the defender, and then, defender, then you got, who I'm missing? Oh, THT, the other defender, the other perimeter defender. So THT, another person, if he calms down, he has a big problem where y'all thought Westbrook was wild. THT is wild on offense. The dude is wild. I'm watching him every game, just falling. You know what I'm saying? Every game, you're like, God damn, THT, what you doing? You know what I mean? Go to the ball, you know what I'm saying? Every game. If he just slow down and let the game come to him, THT can be a good player. You can see it. You can see some, you can see some, I can't get the word out, but when you look at THT, you basically see some potential in him just by, just the way he carries himself. The only problem is with THT, he's real erratic. You know what I mean? he's like Westbrook, just go. And a lot of times when he get in that paint, he makes bad decisions in that paint once he get up off the ground. He don't know, he run into somebody, or he throw the ball away, or he just, throw up something wild. But that's one thing about THT, if he slow down and play within the system, he'll be pretty good. Because I think, like I said, when LeBron was out, he dropped 20-something points 3 straight games. But at the end of the day, he also got to work on his jump shot. Him and Westbrook, they're both hurting when it comes to the jump shot. They can't really hit him on a consistent basis. But I seen what Vogel did. What he did is he played towards their strength, and that's when the Lakers really started cooking. And you started seeing LeBron. They started moving the ball better. LeBron making passes to Westbrook. Westbrook giving it back to Davis. They making passes. When they first started off, they was rusty because they were trying to get things going. And the Celtics was like, doing their little thing, whatever. But the Lakers was still standing in there. Then once they started getting things the way they want to, then they started really rocking and rolling. And then, that's when you see Dwight come in, and then you see LeBron play with Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony, man, he just be jacking shots up. You got to call it for what it is. He be behind the perimeter, or he'll make a couple steps toward inside, and he just jack him up like, dude, you got other people, man, pass the right. You got 2 people. I know you're trying to get you 12, 13 points, trying to get your stats up. At the same time, it's a team ball game. You know what I mean? Don't be jacking up no shots, man, with 15 people on you, man, and all your team players open. Pass the rock. You know what I mean? Pass around for a better percentage shot. Don't just rush the shot. You do that a lot. Stop it. Don't do that, man. Play within the team structure so you can win these games. Get on out of there, man. Go to bed before it's too late. But anyway, you got Carmelo Anthony and Malik Monk coming off the bench. And Malik Monk, to me, and I told people back and while I watched him in Charlotte, the dude is nice. He get a little radical sometimes too, let's be honest, but he still, to me, can give you 18 points. Like, for instance, like if he really work on his defense and learn how to cut under when people be what's that dang thing? When people be when they be setting screens, if he not to go under and over screens and all that, and now to really play it or call out his man when he need help or something like that, or somebody pick him up, he would do pretty good, because in reality of it, on offense he can score. And he can put the ball on the floor and finish really good. That's why we want him to start. But I understand now why Vogel don't want him to start, because he wants some of that fire to come off the bench as well. Not only with Carmelo, but also with Malik Monk, because with those two, it gives him some firepower off the bench. Now, with Westbrook, LeBron, and Anthony Davis, it was pretty good. But I'm looking at it like this. I don't see that lineup working against certain teams that got good defenders, 5-mans. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, the Miami Heat. Who else got a good defender? I'm gonna say Denver, when they play the Joker, Utah, anybody that got good defenders, it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to work because it's basically going to shut Anthony Davis out. It's going to shut him out. You're going to have to work hard. And my biggest fear factor with Anthony Davis, most of you already know, is the point of him getting hurt. That's my only thing that I worry a lot about. But I understand why Vogel is starting this lineup, because you look like this. I got 3 stars. There's no reason we should not be able to score with 3 stars and put up 60 points. And I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because in reality, you don't have to shoot threes to win the game. And people need to understand and realize that. The biggest thing that you need is ball movement. If you can move the ball and get low percentage shots, you know what I mean? Like layups, dunks, cuttings, you know what I mean? Pick and rolls and stuff like that, and score and play, good defense, you can win a lot of games. And I don't want nobody to sit there and say, well, hey, every time the Lakers lose, y'all start crying all that, throw the whole team away. Oh no, get them all away, get Vogel out there. I said, listen, I'm not worrying about Vogel being fired. Because like I told people like this, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because it's all about who LeBron wants. You know what I'm saying? So if LeBron is supporting Vogel and say, look, it comes with the territory, people going to complain, fans going to complain because they see that, they're not doing this, they're not doing that. We should be higher than that, high expectations, because you got all these stars. You got to, at the end of the day, I told you before, it goes down with the ego. In order for it to work, players got to accept different roles to make it work. So LeBron, like I said, this game right here, he played pretty good. He didn't take a lot of threes. How many threes did he take? I don't remember, but he didn't take a lot of threes. It didn't look like he was actually cutting to the basket. He was making layups and stuff like that. He looked at better, looked at more poised, and I think LeBron like this, like, man, I'm not losing another game. I got to do what I got to do. And I understand, but the main factor that really looked bad on this starting five, you already know, is Davis. Soft, and I don't like to keep calling a man soft, but that's what it looked like. Like I said, you let the guy Williams dominate you. When you was supposed to be in the top 5, you actually made the 75 anniversary, whatever you call it, the 75 top player anniversary, but you don't play like somebody in that 75 ranking. And that's my thing. And that's my problem. You know what I mean? Like, you're not doing anything. So that's why I'm real big about the Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis lineup, you know, with Monk and Westbrook and LeBron, because I think that lineup can work. And I think that at the end of the day, it allowed Anthony Davis to roam. And I've seen that, you know, Vogel brought that lineup in a couple times, and it looked good. You know what I'm saying? But they were playing good defense. And that's the bottom line, man. I tell people like this, it don't matter who's on the floor. If you want to be on that floor, you want to get some minutes, you got to play defense. You got to be able to score and play defense. Now, Monk, he certified his spot. He came in knocking down threes. Like I told you, he's our best shooter. So you're going to know he's going to get 20-something minutes. Everybody else now got to fight for minutes. They got to fight for minutes. They got to play defense, and they got to be able to, you know, execute. If they not executing, they're going to be like Bazemore, sitting all at the bottom of the bench smiling. No, you got to execute, or you ain't going to get no playing time. It's simple as that. Because Vogel's job is on the line, and he's a coach. He got to make those decisions. If you're not coming to play, you're not bringing your A game every day, in and out, I got to sit you on the bench. It's no disrespect, no harm done, but I'm a coach, and I'm not trying to lose my job because of your foolishness. And it makes total sense. But anyway, we beat the crap out of the Celtics. But I'm not going, I tell you, as a win is a win. I'm not going to brag about it. Even though it's the Celtics, the reason why I'm not going to brag about it, because I told you the Celtics still going through they're going through their trials and tribulations too. So, and they didn't have Brown, and they don't really have, just to be honest, they only had Tatum. Let's be honest, guys. They only had Tatum. We was at that same spot before, man, where we just only had Kobe, or before, you know, when Kobe was out, you know, when we had, I remember them days when we just had, you know, I don't even want to say the names, but, you know, guys sleeping on the bench, nodding off, you know, that's how bad we was. So I understand, you know, but at the end of the day, man, they played good. I ain't really got nothing really bad to say about them. I'm starting to understand why Vogel, like I said, why he's running this lineup, because he probably figured you got 3 stars. There's no reason for them not to score and execute, which makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? So Vogel, I'm on your side now, bro. As long as you don't bring no Rondo and Westbrook in there in the backcourt, I'm with you now, because I understand what you're trying to do, man. You're trying to get people to play defense, and if LeBron can create and create shots and score, Westbrook can create shots and score, and Anthony Davis, you know, if he start getting to his zone, and like I said, based on the lineups, if Anthony Davis can dominate in the inside, or just, you know, drop 25, he still had a good game. Even though it didn't look like nothing, he still had a good game. What he had, like 17 and or something like that. He had a good game. Regardless how you look at it, he was getting worked. He still had a good game, though. So at the end of the day, we still got the win. Like I told you guys, it don't matter to me. As long as the Lakers win, I'm good with it. I don't care if we win by 1 point. I don't care if we win by 40 points. I don't care if we win when the daggone water boy decided to go take a break when he should have came right to the floor. It don't matter. As long as we win. That's how we do, man. So at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's like this. Lakers, we're going to start going forward. And for those that still are having doubts and all that, hey, listen, man, it's either you're going to get on this wagon and ride with us, as y'all did when we had them other squads on here that wasn't about nothing, or you can find somebody else. I'm just joking. I love y'all. But anyway, hey, man, it's your man, Herb Love, reporting live back from your mama's kitchen. I don't know why she didn't cook, because this food I got right here, this stuff is nasty. I don't even want to show y'all. I paid, $20 from Whole Food, man. Whole Food? Yeah, Whole Food Market. And this stuff dry. $20 of dry food in a hot bar. You know what I mean? Chicken broke my daggone teeth. I had to get new implants. Anyway, y'all take care. Have a good one. Love y'all.